Pistons fans, Pistons fans, Pistons fans, Pistons fans. We're ready to have a unique conversation tonight. I'm pretty sure you guys can see Deuce's face. His face says exactly how I feel as well. I'm probably sure a lot of you guys feel the same way. Um, before we get into it, what's up to everybody in the comments section? Elton, K, everybody. Baldwin, appreciate the donation right out the gate. Happy holidays to you and your family. It's about to get ugly in here though. So we may be saying some things that, might piss some people off, but whatever. Deuce,
Bro, I'm
tell
supposed
us
to
what's
be
on your
singing.
mind, man.
I'm supposed to be singing John Mason style right now. Detroit basketball. There was no Detroit basketball played in that first quarter. In the beginning of the game. It's so many things we're gonna get to. I wasn't even excited. First of all, what's up to y'all? Like he said, what's up to everybody, man? Appreciate y'all showing up, showing out. I'm just kind of heated right now, so I don't have all my bearings about me right now. Um, yeah, I couldn't be excited by what was going on at the end of the game. The little comeback at the I didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't care. Yeah, it's great to show fight, but I did not care one bit. And we're gonna get into why. So, King, you wanna let me know what you saw in that first quarter, and I'll kind of just piggyback off whatever it was you saw.
Um,
If you want, I can go first. I can go first if you like. I have no
you go
problem going
first. 'Cause
first.
I'm not gonna say nothing nice, man. So
I mean, I'm you all right. So okay, so I talk about this all the time. I talk about this all the time. We talk about this all the time, but I talk about this all the time on my page. 4 quarters in slow starts. I feel like a broken record. It feels like deja vu sometimes. Slow starts. We are always the team that gets hit in the mouth. I won't say always, but most of the time, we're the team that gets hit in the face, punched in the mouth first. Quick timeout. How many times have we said that? How many streams have we been on where we've said that, bro? And I'm gonna say this. 3-4 months ago, when the news broke that we had signed Tobias Harris, I, on record, was very happy about that signing. This guy right here. And, I'm a guy, I can take accountability, and I'm going to do it tonight. He is not the guy I thought we were getting. He's not the guy from 2016 when he played here originally. That Tobias Harris is gone. And I understand it was 4 years ago, but I feel like he really has kind of fallen off a cliff a little bit the last year or two. And maybe it's just because he's getting off to a slow start. I don't want to pass judgment because we talked about that too. Midseason form. I'm holding out for that midseason form, but it looks like he's kind of going the other way right now, which is kind of concerning. And I feel like he was a big part of why we lost his game tonight. He was a big part of why we got out to that slow start. He only had 8 points tonight. He didn't give us much of anything. He just did it. I felt like he was out there getting cardio. He was trying, but he was not effective at all. He just wasn't. And at this point, the starting lineup needs to be changed. The starting lineup needs to be changed. We always talk about setting the tone to start the game. The Pistons didn't do that. Once again. And I think a change needs to be made immediately for that reason. Because for the Pistons, all this Kate talk about being an all-star and warranted. But we'll get to what needs to happen in order for him to get there. So I'm going to leave it there, King. I don't want to talk and hog all the time here, but what did you see, man? Am I way off on this one?
you're on point. When we first started getting the rumors for Tobias Harris, took a lot of backlash because I said I didn't want him here. And the first time around we had him here, okay, I can deal with it. He was terrible on defense. I didn't like that, but I could deal with it, right?
Right.
The first thing that came out of my mouth is, why is the 76ers letting him go?
We
And
talked
that's
about
just
that.
that's the common thing, with our Detroit teams, man. We go and get somebody when another team let them go and expect them to have a renaissance.
Right.
And we threw some money at them, made even worse.
Yep.
Tobias has not hit a momentum change in 3-pointer since he's been here. He has been murder
You saw that too,
to
right?
us. Yes, he's been murder to us when it comes to momentum swinging play.
Yeah.
Beasley, total opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
at
Most
this
important
point,
signing.
right. At this point, we're stuck because until we can get him off the team, you're not going to put him on the bench. Why? Because the NBA is the NBA and he's getting paid money. So you're not going to put him on the bench. You have to really be a stern old school coach to put him on the bench while he's making money. And I just don't know if Bickerstaff is going to do that.
That's a great point. That is a great point, bro. And here there's so many layers to what you just said that I had not even thought about until you just said it. So I totally agree with the standard as far as contracts, playing time, how they can be mutually exclusive, right? And what have you talked about as far as a coach that just got here a couple years ago with tradition and how things don't always have to be traditional? We talk about Dan Campbell so often and how much we love him as a coach because he is unorthodox. Biting kneecaps was more than just a phrase. He actually means doing it. He means it. He's different. And how many of us defended him when he went for that fourth down call that wasn't orthodox, traditional, right? And rightfully so. We're 12-2. Coming back to the Pistons. Traditionally, like King said, he would not sit because of that contract. But if that's the kind of coach we like to do things that are not traditional, is it the worst idea in the world to say, F that? I don't care about no contract. It might put my job on the line or whatever, but I'm trying to help these guys win. And this lineup is not the best suited to help this team win. So I'm not trying to throw pressure on JB Bickerstaff and say, you got to do that or you're not a great coach. I'm not saying that at all. But I don't think that's out of the scope of reality that should be considered because of that reason. Because why are we here? What is all this talk we're having about growing as a team, building as a team? He's talked about it. He wants to see this team get better and better month over month. Does that happen if Tobias starts all year? So if he really means that, and maybe that's not the answer, but if he really means that, something needs to change. I think that change is Tobias Harris not starting anymore. Because of that reason, you don't set a tone with Tobias as your starter. You just don't. Not the kind of tone we want to set here as Detroit Pistons fans. Defense first. I think Ron Holland will be a better fit, even though he's as raw as he is. I'm just saying. We saw what he did tonight. We'll get into that later. I would even start Beasley because he makes a difference whether he starts or comes off the bench, but then that makes your bench pretty weak. So it's just like I'm looking at defense. I'm looking at Holland. I'm looking at Ron. So that's just me as far as Tobias, but getting back to the point of, is it really out of the scope of reality that he sits now or is considered to sit? And when I say sit, I mean just not starting. Does he not start just because tradition says not to with contracts? I just want to ask you that question based because you made a good point about how things are traditionally done when it comes to that.
This is what we do.
Okay. Talk to me.
There's a gas station, right?
Uh-oh.
And it's on 7 Mile, right off of Southfield Freeway.
Not where it's at.
So it's a mobile gas station, right? And in the middle rack, they have a bag of barbecue Better Made chips. I want you to take those chips, package them along with Tobias Harris and Fontecchio, and get them the fuck off my team. I told you I was with the shits tonight, man. I'm done with Tobias, man. Didn't want him to come here in the first place. Definitely don't want him now. You're pulling my team down. I'd rather Asar Thompson get those minutes that you taking up right now. Simple and plain, because on social media today, I seen LaMelo, throwing alley oops, and I said, man, hey, I think, man, that should be Cade and Nassar. You know what I'm saying? What they do today, that exact thing. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have him getting minutes right now at that position than Tobias. We don't need Tobias on this team right now because he's not contributing at
Right.
all.
Right.
He's not hitting any big time shots. He's not hitting any shots. He's missing layups at the rim.
Yes. Yeah. And even early on this season, that's why I kind of say he's going the wrong way. Is at least early on, the scoring wasn't there, but the rebounding was there. At least he was giving, it was a few games early this season where he was giving us 10 plus rebounds. And now that's starting to fall. So it's just like, it's his body betraying him. Because he doesn't look to be anything of what I thought he was going to be. And it's still only 27, 28 games. But just based off what I've seen so far, man, I don't see how he's really helping us right now.
Get him out of here while he still has the little value that he has.
Should we shut up? Instead of exposing it?
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, at this point, I mean, we already got Jalen Duren going through his own thing down there in the paint. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been productive at all. Teams have figured him out, how to take him out the game, how to, the veterans in this league, they have figured out how to bait him and get him into foul trouble.
Yep.
They know he don't want to move his feet, so they're gonna make him hand check. They're gonna draw fouls. They figured that out.
Yeah.
So he's going through his own thing.
That's
but
true.
we can't have him and Tobias not being productive. It's K had 33 points tonight, man.
Yep.
33 points.
Yep. Only started in double figures.
We lost to the Jazz, bro. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on. John Collins down there. Yeah, they got marketing or whatever. Still, I expect the better of you out of that matchup. I just do. That's just me personally.
Yep. No, I agree with you. Let's talk about Cade, man, for a second.
Yes.
We talked about this All-Star game. This is the most buzz and support he's had and push for him to get to an All-Star game. This is the most he's ever had, by far. Right? And rightfully so. He's gotten better year over year over year. We understand that for sure. Boy's always in the gym working on his game. But there's a reason why this season the Pistons are getting more support from outside sources, right? There's a couple reasons. First one is that we got a coach that understands how to coach his team. Simple playing, right? That's the first reason. The second reason is he has a roster that makes sense. At least make more sense than previous years, right? He has spacing. Makes it easier for him to operate. But the most important reason, we're winning games.
Yeah.
We're winning games.
At the end of the day, yeah. And that's why I say we got to jump on this now.
Okay.
And get it fixed now, because if we lose enough games, we're going to end up getting our all-star snubbed.
Right. Exactly. That's 100%. 100%, bro. Like, so just think about it. Like, we're not even 500. But at, 11-17 now? At least we're becoming somewhat respectable. Right? That's been the biggest difference. Think about this. Think about every time, every player, every all-star, at least most all-stars in recent memory that has made it to the all-star game, their team won at least 30 games minimum, right? 25, 30. You don't see all-star level players go to the all-star game if they don't have a certain amount of wins, if they're not winning. This is the furthest, this is the best we've looked this early, and I don't know how long. So other people are realizing that Cade isn't getting triple doubles and losses as much, So that's the biggest difference. So if you guys and all of us, if we want Cade to not get snubbed because he's on a team that's not winning, like some guys do every single year, look around the league, you'll see it. If you don't want that to happen, what needs to happen is for the Pistons to win games like tonight against the Jazz. The Pistons came out flat. thinking it was going to be smooth sailing. They were at home, and they thought they're going to win the game. Jazz caught them at a bad time. Couldn't miss a three in the first half, right? Like all game, they couldn't miss a three. So bad combination, but you can weather that storm if you bring that intensity to start. You can weather that storm. You win this game tonight if you do that. So these are the games they have to win. They're going to win some games they're not supposed to, but you got to lose. You can't lose the ones you're supposed to win. This was the one you're supposed to win, and they blew it. And they were uphill the rest of the game. It was always like you could see it. Like 4 minutes to go, they're down 11. 3 minutes to go, they're down 9. 2 minutes to go, they're down. Like it was almost felt like it was just too far to reach with the time we had in the clock. And that's why I wasn't happy. I wasn't even excited. It's like, this game's over. They waited too long. So, yeah, go ahead.
I miss Stu and Ivy.
Man.
I do. I really do. Because, we obviously you can use the extra punch from Ivy, but I feel like he probably would have been able to help defend out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Use his athleticism.
He would have had George locked up.
Yeah. And then Stu is, we all know, you know what I'm saying? Probably the only one that's going to get you double-digit rebounds off the bench.
Right. Easy.
You know what I'm saying? And give you effort to stop something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, those guys were needed tonight. And it was just a big letdown from our forward center position today. Yep. It was a big letdown, and they caught us early. That's the results. The rest is history. So, yeah, we really got to figure out what we're gonna do with this roster if we Trajan Langdon. You got to figure out what you're gonna bring here. Are you gonna bring another guy that's gonna add more buckets to the basket, but at the same time you're gonna keep suffering on defense or in the paint? You got some bleeds, some obvious bleeds here that you need to get fixed. We can score the basketball.
Yeah.
Our problem is we can't stop nobody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's very selective and it's matchup based. If we play a team with longer guys, we can't stop them. And that's getting very, very annoying.
Yeah, because most nights there are longer guys because our power forward is 6'8".
Yeah.
And he's not Isaiah Stewart, 6'8". He's, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's gonna happen pretty much every night. We're at a disadvantage every night. Right? We have matchups where you can look at the starting five and say, oh yeah, that's a mismatch. That's a mismatch. You know what I mean? Like against us. So it's just like you can't go into the game that way and expect to win. I don't know, bro. Like but you're right. Stu was definitely missed in Jaden's energy. I don't think it would have taken that long for the Pistons to get going had he been playing tonight.
I want to address the fan base right now because I've been holding my peace with this.
Get to it.
I ain't even said nothing on Twitter because this is something the Pistons fans do all the time. Jaden Ivey, before he's been taking these games out, it was well known that Jaden Ivey is injured. Before Jaden Ivey got injured, everybody was riding his pine.
Mm-hmm.
All homo, because that's what y'all was doing. Y'all was riding his pine. He gets injured. His play slows down a little bit. Now y'all talking about packaging him up in a deal and sending him up out of here. So now he decides to sit down and heal up instead of playing with the inflammation. Now it's like, oh, no. I'm tired of the fans, bro. Pay attention to your team.
Right.
Pay attention to your team.
Right.
You're on social media scrolling all damn day. Read a report. The boy was playing hurt.
Yep.
He's taking his time to heal now. That is your third scoring option. Right. You have K, you have Beasley, who can give you 20-some points at any time. You had Ivy before he got injured.
Yep.
Y'all don't even know what the injury is. I bet y'all don't. Y'all don't read nothing. Stop whining about the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
You have an obvious problem down there in your paint. That's your problem. Your team can't stop nobody. If I put a yellow vest on and put them in the middle of the street and told them to stop traffic, they get ran over. I came on here to adjust the idiocracy, man.
No, that's a great point. It's a great point.
Know what's going on with your team. That's all I ask. Stop following along with these little social media personalities or these other content people that you're watching. They love to just talk. Pay attention to your team. You love your team. You say you love your team. Pay attention to your team.
Right.
Because if they say one thing on social media, here y'all come. They say one thing on the radio, here y'all come. Y'all the same ones that sat here and argued with me over and over and over and told me that Jalen Duren, when he got drafted, was better than Andre Drummond when he was a rookie. Bullshit.
Well, the same people that said that Scoot Henderson was better than Jaden Ivey, and that's why we should draft him and get the same guy who played the same position. Remember that? Everybody's going quiet about Scoot Henderson. Remember Scoot Henderson?
Who?
And I was just, right, who Henderson?
Yeah.
And I was just like, why? That drove me crazy because I've been watching Jaden since college, and I'm like, first of all, you want to get a guy who's not as good to play the same position? That's what we're doing? For what reason? Yeah, he's better. He's gonna be better than Jaden Ivey. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Scoot. Have you seen our front court? So like, yeah, I'm with you, bro. Like it just didn't make it. Yeah, exactly. Scoot. I'm talking about Scoot. That's y'all don't even remember. Half of y'all probably don't even remember. Probably never even knew who he was to begin with. That's how long his career has lasted. Anyway, so yeah, man, like he's right. Y'all gotta pay attention to what's really going on, man. Not saying everybody, right? Probably not most of y'all here, but just Pistons Nation in general. Stop paying attention, man, because the front court right now is what we need to address. 100%, more than anything else. I think our back court and even our small forward position could be possibly set. Whether you want to put Sarr at the power forward or small forward is up to you. But if you put him in small forward, your backcourt and small forward, your wing spot is set. I don't think that needs to be touched. Mm-hmm. That's just me. Am I off there?
Nothing in my minds tell me that by the end of the season, Sarr won't be at least solid enough to knock down 3-pointers.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Because all the mechanics look right now, and some of them are actually going in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some improvement, not only just this season, but over the next few seasons where we're more confident with that, especially him as a wing player. We need his size and athleticism on defense, too, as a wing player. So, yeah, let's get these dead bodies out of here.
I mean, look, what did Tom Gore say before, bro? This is once again, like, I love JB Bickerstaff, but we're going to learn about some of these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to learn about Tom Gores, who said there's too much money on the bench. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to learn, are you really committed to winning here? I'm not doubting it at all. I'm just saying, I'm just watching. I'm paying attention, right? And, you know, we're going to learn some things. We're going to learn some things this season about what the intent is this season, about what the purpose is for this team long term. We're going to learn. You know, about setting that culture and all these different things. You can tell when a guy fits a culture when he doesn't. You can just tell. Right?
Yeah.
Colin fits the culture. Defensively. Stu. I mean, some guys just stand out. You know what I mean? To where you just, he's a Detroit Piston. As far as from how they carry themselves in the basketball court. So, yeah, we're going to learn some things about a lot of these guys, man. I'm actually just here with my popcorn. Waiting to see what happens.
We got to go and get more janitors that actually do their utilities and go do. I seen better effort rebounded tonight at my high school game. I swear I did.
Yeah,
like it's like who's selling out for the rebounds? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I screamed and hollered in my last video about Jimmy Butler out rebounding our front court.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen, bro.
Yeah. Now I have to give credit where credit's due. In that game. Darren did have 16. So, you know, but I hear you.
Beat him, though.
Right, I hear you. Like if you probably like if it's Drummond got 30 and Jimmy got 10. So I know what you're saying. I get it. But I just want to give him that too, because it wasn't like he wasn't competing at all. But still, the highest rebounding person in the game can't be Jimmy Butler. It just can't happen.
That can't
You're
happen.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you.
He got to get out the paint.
Yeah.
He got to. Like, you got to get out of here, bro. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Don't even think
Like
about
Stu would push. We've seen Stu, right? You've
it.
seen
Yeah.
Stu as soon as on defense, as he's sitting on defense, and you see the offensive player trying to get into the paint to position himself. He's pushing Anthony Davis out of the paint. Like he's pushing these guys out of the paint, literally, like shoving them out of the paint, and they're looking at the ref like this. And that's what I always speak to, bro. It's a certain level of pride, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a certain level of I built my home here and I live here, and you're trying to intrude in my house.
Yep.
That's how the paint is viewed by Isaiah Stewart. You know what I mean? I built my foundation here. This is where I do my work. You're in my office. You're walking in unexpectedly. No, get out of here. This is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a certain level of pride, like that. I don't know if it can be taught. I don't know if it can be taught to that level. Some guys to that level just have it.
Yep.
And they can add on to it. But yeah, so to me, that's where it starts, bro. Go ahead.
One of them guys, Deuce, is you got to look at guys like Paul Reed.
Man,
Paul Reed, you know, took lesser money, and he came back tonight and probably had his best game as a Piston so far, which is not many of them because he haven't been on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's love of the game. That's effort.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for to have on your team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of this, you know, what we're seeing is effort based and this thinking the game. You know, thinking the game is another part of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to think the game while you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Teams, these players, they come in here and they outsmarting you. You got to be smarter fouls during. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop jumping and falling for everything.
Yeah.
We got to hold you accountable for that. You're NBA, you're a professional basketball player. We have to hold you accountable for that.
100%, bro. I want to shout some of these comments out, man. We see y'all, Elton. First of all, this is exactly what's been the issue. And this is what I was kind of alluding to. The issue with JD is if they don't give him touches on offense, he won't rebound. Right. That's what I've always been saying. You've been saying it too, King. Let us start on the defensive end. Make your impact on that end, and whatever you get in the offensive end is gravy. That should be the mindset.
I guarantee you, Duran, if you block a shot or two and you hustle up that floor, somebody will find you.
They're going to be looking for you. K going to make sure he's looking for him. But it's like, even if it's one of those nights where you're not getting touches, I still want some guys, whether they're scoring 0 or they're scoring 30, are bringing the same effort. Defense. Bam Adebayo is a great example. You don't see him take plays off. Whether he's got 5 points or he's got 35 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? On those nights when you're not getting the ball, it's just not working out, you're not getting the looks. What's going to happen then? It may be great if we're always looking for you. Okay, fine. You block a shot here and we look for you. But what if you block a shot and we can't look for you? What if you know what I'm saying? So like, what are you doing on those nights? So I just need that consistent effort, man. So that's a great point by Elton. One more comment I wanted to get to too is this. I mentioned this earlier. It felt like the Pistons took the Jazz lightly from the opening tip off because of their exactly.
Got punched in the mouth.
That's what we said. They oftentimes are reacting instead of being the team to be proactive and hit first. And they thought it was going to be easy win tonight, and that's what happened, man. But you shouldn't go down. You shouldn't let any team score 50 points in the first quarter, bro. You should let the Celtics score 50 points in the first quarter.
That hurts my pride as a player.
But you let the Jazz? That's not a good look, bro. That's not a good look. Like I said, man, if y'all really want K to get to the All-Star game, these type of games got to be far and few between. Like, this can't happen again all year. That can't happen again all year. To that kind of team, no disrespect, can't happen. Yeah. They should be getting 12 rebounds in the sleep. Exactly, Elton. I agree. I can't disagree with that. Talk to me about Ron Holland, bro. What'd you see from Ron Holland tonight, man?
First of all,
a lot to pick apart.
Ron Holland, he gets my real award. Let's just say real award. Of course, we're not gonna say the other word. Yeah, ninja. Listen, he's always ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Always ready to go. He say, look, don't worry about it. I'm gonna step in here. I deal with Clark. First of all, I don't like Clark. I cannot stand Clark. His woman beating behind. I cannot stand
Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, Clarkson.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I cannot stand him, bro. He thinks he's the toughest dude in the league, man.
He's been doing that forever,
bro. Holland went out there and squared up with this dude. I could have sworn I was on Joy Road somewhere.
Right.
Squared up with the dude. I'm like, this is definitely our Draymond Green, man.
Yeah.
Between him and Stu, it's like, man, we got some guys that's gonna
Two of them,
protect
bro.
us. Yeah, we got some guys that's gonna protect us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like, listen, hey, I'll take a couple of few games off. You go sit down. I got it.
Yes. Exactly.
You know
And you know what I love, bro, about Ron? He just goes sniffing for smoke, bro. He's just looking like
looking for it.
He's looking for it because that had nothing to do with him. That whole play had nothing to do with him. But that's why I love him, bro, because this is the second time now with the second teammate where I've seen him come to their defense immediately. First game of the season, Indiana Pacers. You and I was there. What did we see? We saw Ben Mathurin trying to reignite the rivalry, whatever you want to call it, the y'all yakking with Jaden.
Yeah.
Guess who said, no, that ain't going down, bro. I'm guarding him the rest of the game. I'm hounding him the rest of the game. I'm clapping in his face after I make him turn it over. Because that's what he did.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with him. But he's like, no, what happened tonight is what happened then. So as soon as I saw him start making his way over to where Clarkson was, I already knew. I was like, here you go. I saw him coming. I saw it coming, bro. Yeah. I haven't watched him that long, but he's very intentional about what he does. So when he does something one time, you can see it the next time point a mile away. Yeah. And this is the second time he comes to the defense of his teammates, bro.
Yeah.
He has no problem getting involved and making your problem his problem. Yeah. I love that about him.
The crazy part though is that guys don't come back at him after it either. You can tell he's serious when somebody eyes go blank staring at you like that.
Yeah.
They are not for games, bro. He is dead serious out there.
And it's funny because it looked like Clarkson realized it. Yeah. Because he put his hands out like this, like, bro, it went to a point of you want to square up to why are you even involved? His whole mindset kind of changed. He put his hands like this, and Ron was still trying to get to him. And you're right. You can tell, you can feel it in yourself when you blink like that. And you can also see it in others when they blink like that. Like, when you're feeling it and looking like that. So you could tell he definitely, and it's very rare to see that in a rookie. Look like he ain't been in the league 10, 15 years, like he Udonis Haslem or Draymond Green, to your point.
Yep.
He's another guy that I think is not going anywhere. I said Stu already. I've said that all year. I said Stu is already showing me he's going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
The trade rumors is cap. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In my opinion. If they're not, I'll come back and admit I was wrong. But I'm saying they're cap. And I think Ron Holland, they both have that same trait that you cannot teach. And we haven't even scratched his surface at all as far as basketball wise.
Yeah, right.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Guys like him are not going anywhere. Guys like Stu are not going anywhere. You need that on your team.
Usually I watch from first and foremost, shout out to you, Silent Daly, for the donation. You make a great point that we was talking about a little earlier. Yeah, that's unacceptable. When I watch the games, I watch it from the other side. And the announcers, they made it their business to mention how talented Ron Holland is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Usually the opposing team always mentions it every time he's in the game. His potential is very high.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it is. It really is. I mean, already getting to the basket and getting and ones where he can. You know what I'm saying? Man, like I said, the intangibles, the the things that he do on defense, you don't teach that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's natural. It's just like I said, with him and Nassar, it's almost the same story.
I know.
It's that's the same story.
I want to see them on the court together. I know they might not be ready to do that yet because of their lack of great shooting and playmaking between the two of them together. You know what I'm saying? Ball handling. That may be tough, but defensively, I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
I challenge you, the coaching staff, to do that on the tough shooting night. Because if we ain't making threes already, guess what? Let's go stop the other team. Let's go throw the dog pound out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go throw them out there. Let's go throw Mike James and Lindsey Hunter out there and see what happens.
Bro,
You
you
see
get on
what
my
I'm saying?
nerves. You get on my nerves. I was just about to talk about that. I was just about to say that. So okay. So was that your point?
Yeah,
that was it? Okay. So y'all saw it. If you watched the game, you saw it. It was back-to-back plays in the fourth quarter when they're making a comeback. I think it was Cade and Asar, where they turned the Jazz over on back-to-back plays, right? And the crowd went crazy. That reminded me, taking back in time, 2004 playoffs against Milwaukee Bucks, game 1 of the first round. In that game, the Pistons did the exact same thing. What King just mentioned, Mike James, Lindsey Hunter, turned them over on 3 straight possessions. The third one they called a foul. You have Ben playing safety, and Lindsey and Mike James were double teaming.
Yep.
That was what they were doing over and over and over again, and then the offense couldn't figure it out. I saw that tonight, and that's one of the reasons why I say Ron isn't going anywhere, because he has the ability to be able to do that. That's why I want to see him in Asar. Imagine that. Those two guys together, as long and laterally quick and fast as they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would be scary. So 100%. I just wanted to throw it out there because I'm watching that play, and that was with Cade, who's still a good defender, but athletically, they're just otherworldly. You know what I'm saying? So but even with Cade, you could see that they were able to do that. So I hadn't seen that kind of sequence in a long time, but it reminded me of what it felt like to know your team is heading in the right direction.
Yeah, man. And like I said, when the other night I was watching one of the games. I forgot who was against. And he had mentioned, and he said he knew it was a problem. When other fan bases and media know it's a problem, it's a problem. It's something I say all the time. And his exact words was, I hope they keep this core together long enough to find out exactly what they can become.
Right.
I'm one of the people that still stand on that hill when we had that team with Tobias, Pope, Morris, and all those guys, to see how far it could have went if we would have stuck around a little bit longer.
Yep.
You cannot build a good basketball team if you keep flipping it over every 2 years. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Give your core some time to play and to develop, together. That's when I see foolish stuff with Jay Knivey's name in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It annoys me.
Yeah.
Let them play. We're just getting this with Asar and Cade, and you know what I'm saying? We need to let this go on for a little while. But move the dead bodies.
Right.
Like Tobias. Get them out of here. You know what I'm saying? Move the dead bodies. And bring more bodies in here that's going to help them gel and glue a little bit faster.
Yep.
Somebody's going to help them when they work hard on defense and get those turnovers. When you get a fast break up the court and pop it to somebody at the 3-point line, get somebody that's going to knock it down.
Yeah.
Because Tobias, I don't know what he be doing, bro.
Man, it's been so many this year where it's just like we're one shot away from them calling a timeout.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the shot. We need the guy that's going to consistently make that shot. We know Beasley can do it, but he's already taken double-digit threes a game. You know what I'm saying? So we need, to your point, we need the guy that's going to make that shot, that's going to make them call timeouts, that's going to make us watch these irritating commercials. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. So, it's so many times this year when that shot has just not gone down, and it's just killed the momentum because right after that they would come down. It seemed like they would come down and they would score. So, yeah.
Bro, JD's not demanding that much money.
I'm cool playing.
He's not demanding $100 million, bro.
Nah.
We're far away from that.
What would you think is a good number for him at this point?
Based off of his performance around the league.
Okay.
For what he gives you, what he gives the team. That's where the good number is for me.
Yeah.
Not on potential.
Yeah.
I'm done with the potential thing.
Yeah.
Do something. You know what I'm saying? The only player I was willing to pay on potential of what he was becoming, obviously, was Cade, because we know what he is.
Yeah, that's not even really potential to me. Like we already seeing.
Yeah, This ain't. But to me, this is not even close to what I still think Cade still got
No, not at all. Not
a
at
lot
all. I'm
he
just
can
saying,
improve on.
like, I feel like with potential, sometimes people are like unsure, but they think they can get there. For me, it's like I'm
Yeah,
sure about Cade. I'm just waiting for it to continue to happen. We've already seen
right.
it, but yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
With him, it's just like, man, hey, for what you give us as a team, that's what my contract gonna look like for you.
yeah,
If you don't like it, tough titty. So
yeah. No, I'm with you. Go ahead.
it's just what it is. Like I said, man, we have to we got to get somebody in here that's gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to, man. I'm never happy to see somebody get injured, but when Brandon Ingram got injured, that kind of silenced a little bit of the Brandon Ingram thing.
Remember that I sent you that text right after we
Yep.
had that stream about why I didn't want him here,
Yep.
and he got hurt right after that.
He's
Right
another
after
one.
that.
He's another one of them ordeals where
Trying to
I
tell
keep
y'all,
saying,
man.
stay away from it. Just stay away from it. We don't need Blake Griffin part 2.
Yes, we
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
tell
saying?
y'all.
Listen to the warnings this time around, bro. Just don't stay healthy. He just
Yes.
doesn't. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? His bones are fragile. He smokes too much marijuana. He
Mm.
is the Wiz Khalifa of the NBA. If y'all don't know that about them, I watch a lot of podcasts and everything that these dudes be on, bro. Y'all really need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Hey, peep
that's just what
game.
it is.
Peep
That's just
game.
what it is.
Question
I
for you,
don't.
King.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Finish.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Got some good comments in this section. I want to start to get a little bit more of that same junkyard dog mentality, Jerome Williams style that Holland has. He's got some, but man, if he had a little bit more, how you feel about that? Do you feel like, you know what? I agree, Ryan, because tonight had Stu been playing, Asar did something that was a cardinal sin. He knocked down John Collins and what really wasn't a foul, and he went like this.
Hmm.
If Stu was out there, he would have given the
Clap
Mike
his hand.
Tyson, not the Mike Tyson, the Clubber Lane, Mr. T, Apollo Cream. Get your hand out of here, fool! Like you don't do that. Like Stu is like a proponent of not doing that. So I'm with you, Ryan. I want to see a little bit more, a little less friendly,
Mm-hmm.
a little more. You're my enemy in the basketball court.
Yeah.
Because as gifted as he's a nice guy. You can see he's just a real nice, soft-spoken kid. But I think if he had more of that dog in him, he could put more fear in opposing players.
Yeah.
To go if he had that dog to go along with that ability that he has, yeah, it could take him to another level. I agree.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, that brother got Chihuahua energy, man. I'm telling you, man. And I ain't talking about the stature of the dog. I'm talking about the heart of the dog. Chihuahuas are evil. Most evil animal on planet Earth.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
They ready to fight anything or bite anything if they
Mm-hmm.
can. So, like I said, he just man, it's so fun to watch that. It's refreshing. Maybe
Yeah.
if we get more of that type of energy around the league, maybe the ratings will go back up. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
mean,
the
yeah.
ratings are at an all-time low for a reason. It's just a bunch of softness and three-point shooting. And boy, my God, I swear, if I told you so was $100 every time I say it, when we is dealing with Golden State, and man, I swear, I kept saying if we keep playing basketball like this, you're going to ruin the NBA.
Yeah.
It's going to get boring, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You taking all the other parts of the game and you scrapping them just to chuck up shots all day long.
Yeah.
That's going to get boring, bro.
Yep.
I want to see more dunks. I want to see somebody get banged. I want to see, pause. I want to see more people get banged in the paint. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the ratings is speaking for themselves.
Yeah.
They speaking for themselves. You just ejected guys for squaring up.
And yeah, that was
What is
crazy.
Is this the Me Too League?
That was
Like,
crazy,
what are we
bro.
doing?
That was wild. I've never seen that before. When I heard them make the announcement as to why, I thought it was gonna be double take, and that's it.
Squaring up, bro.
When he said that, I was like, "That's the rule now." I didn't even realize. When did that happen? I mean, I understand. I even tweeted about that. Like, I don't encourage fighting like that, but I like the dog. But come on, man! Like, they didn't even touch each other. They didn't even do anything. No, did he?
Adam Silver, NBA. This is the reason why you will always and continuously chase the NFL when it comes to revenue and ratings. You will
About it.
always chase them because you're destroying your own basketball game, bro. You really are. These are grown men out here. Two men squared up, and you
Right.
kicked them out the game.
Game. That's wild. That's wild.
Like, come on, bro.
I don't know what the NBA wants, bro. Like they, they've changed the league over the years to make it more offensive. And now they're like, what are you doing? And now you got people complaining about it's like I
You
just
know
don't
what they
understand
did?
what they're doing. Go ahead.
You know why the overseas leagues don't get so much buzz? The NBA wanting to be too much of a business, turn this into a universal national league.
Right.
We're playing Euro style basketball almost without
Yeah.
some of the rules. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing right now. And that's
Yeah.
why it's boring. You know what I'm saying? That's why you changed your league. You don't take the roots from the tree, man,
Right.
and try to expand the tree.
Right.
You got to keep the roots, man.
Yep.
So that's what's
And the
going on
fans have
right now.
spoken. The fans have
Yes.
spoken. They've turned their
Yes.
TV off and done something else.
Yes.
Literally. I mean, people are watching House of Highlights YouTube channel more now than ever
Yes.
because they don't want to watch the whole game.
Yep.
They want to see what happened. They want to see a few clips of what happened.
Guess what they doing? Oh, such and such had this today, huh? Interesting.
Yep.
That's what they doing tonight.
They don't care.
It's no entertainment.
They don't care about the NBA experience. You know what I'm saying? Because there really isn't one like how it used to be.
You don't hold your star players accountable no more.
Yeah.
They people pay money to come out and see them play. They don't play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They find little ways not to play. They don't participate in nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Look at the All-Star weekend. That is the biggest farce on planet Earth.
Man. They didn't change those rules. I still don't understand them.
Even KD said it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's hard. Just go back to East and West.
But you know what, though? I got to be honest. I feel like maybe not KD, but the players who have participated in the All-Star games this last decade have not made it easy on themselves because they have not played hard in these games.
At all.
Let's call it a buck. KD may be right, but he is even just a little bit part of the problem.
That's the franchise is doing, man. They don't want them players to play hard.
Then maybe that's what it is. I'm not trying to cast blame on who it is, but that's the reason why people have not have. It started with the All-Star weekend, and now it's kind of seeping over into the NBA as a whole, as far as people not watching anymore. People stopped watching the All-Star game until the fourth quarter, because remember for a while, we would only watch the fourth quarter, or at least I would, because I knew the fourth quarter, they're going to strap up and play defense, because they want to win the game. But they're not even doing that anymore.
Listen, this comment right here, it sears into me because
okay, I'm with that.
I was watching this documentary, and it was LeBron. LeBron was talking about it. It was a podcast. And he was like, you know what, man? He was talking, they was talking about how dead the All-Star game is now. And he was like, I remember, when I was coming in the league and, the All-Star game, guys was like, we can gonna go out here and have fun. We're not gonna do nothing too much. Mm-hmm. And he said that game, Kobe came in there locked in. Like he kept making them turn the ball over. He was trying to block shots. He was going at them full force. You need those type of Patriots in this game, bro.
Yep.
We don't have them right now. They're absent.
Yeah.
When your star players are Nikola Jokic, who doesn't even like basketball, when you have Luka Doncic, who just wants to chuck shots and drink beer, that's what you got right now. That's what you got. Our only hope is guys like Anthony Edwards, because he's been speaking out on this stuff a lot. A lot.
Yeah, he's been speaking out a lot, bro. Like, there was a clip recently. I'm not sure if it was recent, how recently it was, but with Jason Tatum were going at it. They were kind of getting into it, like not on the court, but like back and forth in the news or whatever. And he was like, after the post game, he was saying, Jason Tatum was talking junk, talking about he best player in the league. He said, y'all ninjas crazy, y'all ninjas tripping. So he don't care
at all.
He's not. He's trying to. Yeah. Like he walks that line very well, as far as still being cool and respected by the players, but still letting them know, like, I'm still coming for your head.
Yes.
He has found that perfect balance to even where he's still likable in the media.
Man.
To where the competitor, because think about Russell Westbrook. he's very polarizing. He's
Yep.
got that fight, but he's very polarizing. Some fans feel he goes too far. Some fans feel they love it.
Mm-hmm.
But Ant-Man just seems to have that perfect balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love that about him.
He's bringing that Michael to the league.
Yeah.
Michael's still his old man whenever they somewhere together. You seen it with Magic Johnson. He
Right.
talking smack, bro. He like,
Yep.
we can lace him up right now.
Right.
Even though he dead
He
serious,
just said that.
we can lace him up
75th.
right now.
75th, yeah.
That is how that was the standard in the league. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now it's like that's rare. Like, what is what?
Is it AAU?
Everybody
Is it that everybody
friends.
knows each other?
Right.
And everybody
Yeah.
is cool. Is that what it is? Like, do
I
you
don't
think
know,
that's
bro.
that's a big part of it? Should the
don't know.
NBA get away from that? Because I mean, is that the development? I think it's solid as far as a basketball standpoint, a technical standpoint, but as far as a mindset, it's really hurting the game. I believe personally, I feel like it's really hurting the game as far as the mindset of your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
That's
why I said the other night.
Yeah.
I had the other night when I had made that video. That's why I said, I expect these numbers and stuff from Cade, but I feel like he's too nice. Like tonight, he went at them dudes.
Yeah, this year he's been a little different.
Yeah, he's been a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I want to see the mental game start to be played with these guys. You know what I'm saying? When I dunk on you and let you know about it, you know what I'm saying? Or you're not going to score on the other end. I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to score again. You know what I'm saying? I want to kill you every single play.
Yep.
Every play. And that for every player on our team, that needs to be the mentality. Because the one player on our team that has that mentality, Malik Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
He's shimmying in your bench face.
Right.
He's shimmying. He's talking smack to you the whole time. He has that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be the mentality. If you leave me 2 inches open, I'm killing you.
Yeah.
Flat out. And you don't have to ask me to kill you. I'm coming to do it.
Yep.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
That's where we got to get back to.
That's part of why he's been, let's talk about him for a second. That's part of why he's been the most important signing, the most underrated signing. I don't think any of us thought he was going to be more of an impactful signing than Tobias Harris when the moves first happened. Maybe you did. Maybe you knew more than I did. Maybe you watched Tobias when he was with Philly. Maybe. If so, kudos to you. But personally, I thought Tobias was going to be more impactful player on and off the court. And it's been Beasley. He's been a pleasant surprise, man. And I think part of what you mentioned, as far as bringing that fearlessness, bringing that I don't care what you think mindset, bringing that swag to this team, right?
Yep.
It's rubbing off. You're seeing guys like Ron Holland say, watch Beasley do it and say, "Oh, okay, that is okay to do in the NBA. Okay, cool. I'm about to go be me." You're seeing that, right? To where it was already there, but seeing their teammate do that is giving them validation that they can do it too. So now they're being them. So I think he's been so impactful in that way. And of course, just the way he gives these guys confidence. I love the way he gives these guys confidence, man. To me, he's that perfect guy that can bridge the gap as far as an age standpoint, because he's old enough to be the vet, but he's still young enough to be current. He's still on social media, reposting and doing all these things with these guys. He's still playing COD with these guys, but he's still the vet in the room. That's why he's so important. And I think his encore play makes them respect him and look to him off the court, because he's not just a locker room guy. He's leading the team in scoring sometimes. He's going 7 for 13, 8 for 14 from 3 a lot of nights, which is a big part of why I think he's going to the three-point contest. I've been saying that. And so he, as a whole, from top to bottom, bro, has been impactful in so many ways. And I think he's the one guy, if you're going to move a bet, that you can't. I love Tim, but I would move Tim before Bees. I would move Tobias before Bees, because on and off the court, what you're getting from Beasley right now is exceptional and very underrated. And actually, that deal is looking pretty cheap.
It looks cheap right now, and he embraces the city. The city embraces him.
Another thing.
You know what I'm saying? Keep him here. You trade him, I'm legit gonna be pissed.
Right.
Because you taking K's toys away. Why?
Exactly. On off the court. We got a guest that's coming on, guys. She's actually my cousin who is gonna join the show with us now. He's a hoop head. He's a hoop head like me. But he's been wanting to come on for a minute, and he's very well spoken for himself. So we're gonna bring him on. Y'all show him some love. Drop some comments in the chat. Drop some fire emojis. Drop some whatever to comment for my cuz. Want to bring on Wade Vaughn, if I can get this right. There we go. What's going on, Cuzzo? Can you hear us?
Cuzzo.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
I like your hat.
Appreciate it. Go Lions.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Detroit is everybody. You already know how that go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, man, what did you see from tonight's game? Anything stand out to you?
Oh, look, because you had told me I was coming on, I took some notes.
See?
So yeah. So, I mean, giving up 48 points in the first quarter, that's just absolutely ridiculous. That's the highest that the Pistons have gave up since 1967.
Stop it.
Yes. That's the highest they've given up 1967. Let's not
I'm
forget.
gonna write that down.
Yeah. And also, let's not forget, Jazz were on an 8-game losing streak before coming in.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
So really, when you think about it, all odds and roads same time I'm saying has to lead through Detroit. We were at home.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we should be giving up 48 points in the first quarter. But like you guys talked about, I'm looking at Tobias Harris, 8 points, 30 minutes, 3 for 13 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-pointers. I'm looking at Tim Hardaway, 8 points, 3 from 11 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3. And they played hella minutes.
Yes.
Tim Hardaway, 25 minutes. Tobias Harris, 30 minutes. I mean, Mike Beasley and Cade Cunningham were the only ones who really were dominant. Offense, you got Cade went for 33. You got Mike Beasley who went for 26.
Yeah.
But what killed the Pistons the most, because I feel like even though the offense was struggling, it was still durable and still there even without Ively and without Stewart. But to me, rebounding-wise, you had the Jazz killed the Pistons rebounding 67-43. And out of those 67 rounds, 3 of the starters combined for 35.
That's bad.
That's bad. Your first 3 starters combined for 35.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't set the tone that way. That's what me and King were saying. You have to get off to good starts. The Pistons always seem to be the first one burning their first time out.
Yeah. And
more times than not.
In there and thought that, hey, it's the Jazz. They 6-19.
Like, which team is tanking? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, ain't they supposed to be the team tanking? You should never allow that many points on your home floor in the first quarter.
No way. And then the runs. First quarter, they went on a 12-14 run. Second quarter, they go on a 12-2 run. Then you finally see Detroit come third quarter. They go on the 10-2 run, 8-0 run. You know, then with a minute and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter, they cut the lead to within 6. So you see the momentum, like, okay, Detroit, you're finally getting it. You're finally coming along, and then they just tank again.
Yep. Yeah. 4 quarters, 48 minutes. How many games have we seen that were L's because we played 36? In that first quarter or that fourth quarter, we just fell apart.
Yeah.
Right? It happens it's happened a lot. I mean, it's what happens with young teams, though. That inconsistency is what happens. I said it way before the season started. This is gonna be a season of fun, excitement, and heartache. Because growing pains, they are inevitable. And part of those growing pains are understanding and making sure that you're disciplined enough to be locked in the entire game. Scoreboard is not a thing. It doesn't matter. Right? When you start scoreboard watching, you saw the Jazz do it tonight when they were up 48-19. And as soon as Cade came back into the game, they made a 5 or 7 run. Timeout. The Utah Jazz started scoreboard watching. So, like, smart, disciplined teams don't do that. They don't scoreboard watch. They just play basketball.
Listen, man, since the beginning of the season, in the beginning of the season, we thought this team was building towards having an identity.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have one again because they are too inconsistent, bro. We thought they would have a defensive mentality. It's too inconsistent, to go with that. You got to have an identity. You have to do at least one thing every single time you're on the court.
Right.
That one thing, we still don't know what that is. Because either we can't close games, either we're not rebounding, we turn the ball over 29 times. It's always something. We have to find something to hone in on and create an identity and some consistency.
Yep.
Just haven't did that yet.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point. Go ahead, Cuz.
Is letting a team put up 18 threes is insane. Like Jazz, they're starting 5. 4 of them had double figures. There's only one person that did not score in double figures in the starting 5. Like 4 of those players had double figures. And out of those 4, 2 of them had double rebounds. So they just got, like I said, really, offensively, definitely the Jazz came to play. But like I say, honestly, I feel like looking at the stat sheet, what killed Detroit was rebounding. And they just tanked. They did not care.
Did you take down how many turnovers the Jazz had?
I did not. That's probably
Let me check.
They had
you got
almost 30 turnovers, bro. They had 25 midway in the 4th. Look it up, see what it is.
27. Wow.
27.
Wow.
And they still beat you.
How do you dominate a game with 27? You know what's crazy? The Pistons had 10.
10.
That is very strange. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. To a team that is up 31 points in the first quarter, ends up with 27 turnovers for the game and dominates the whole game. And the team that has 10 turnovers is never in control of the game at any point.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Go ahead.
The reason why is because, they turned the ball over 27 times. But guess what the Pistons weren't doing in the first half on them turnovers? Scoring.
Yeah. Agreed.
Turnovers don't matter if the other team don't score off of them.
That's why what I'm saying? Points off turnovers.
Simple and plain.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the lowest they've ever scored in the first quarter since 1967 as well. So they broke. Wow. Not only is that the most that they've given up 48, that's the most since 1967, and then that's the lowest they've scored since 1967. First quarter, it was 48-19. That's
48-19, man.
48-19 first quarter.
That's insane.
Yeah,
insane, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, bro. Like it's hard to hang your hat on something when you nobody can. It's gonna be hard for people to look at you as a defensive team when you do this. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do that, nobody's gonna look at you and say, "Oh yeah, they play defense."
Right.
Like, man, y'all gave up 50 to the Jazz in the first quarter. Like that's another reason why you can't do that.
Yeah.
No, but they're not gonna respect you. They're not gonna really believe that you believe if you're doing that. It's just not a good. And that's what I mean by it's not a good look. It's not a good look, man. I'm like, go ahead.
You never appreciate something until it's gone. No, go ahead, Wade.
I don't know. Looking at this game, like I was beyond frustrated. I just was. I can't, And then when you just sit here and you look at the numbers, going over everything, it's just I don't.
I got a couple questions for you, King. And wait, if you remember, I'm seeing some Tobias Harris verse comparisons. So I want to ask what y'all think. These are just random. Tobias Harris, John Lure.
Yep.
For sure.
Tobias Harris or John Lure. I'm saying, like, which one?
Who would I take?
Yeah.
I'm still taking Tobias. John Lure was just terrible. But comparison, sure. Yes. Absolutely. Just bad contract. Josh Smith.
I got another one for you that somebody said. I agree with you, by the way. That was actually just a joke with John Lure. I'm not going to do that to Tobias. For real. Tobias Harris or Charlie V when he was here?
I'll take Charlie.
More consistent.
At least running down on a fast break, Charlie can knock the 3 down.
Mm-hmm.
He was a statue on defense, but what is Tobias?
What is Tobias doing for us? Like, I get the whole thing, but like, he was I believe he didn't even make his free throws, if I'm not mistaken. Tobias didn't even. So at this point, what are you doing for us?
Right.
Like
What are you providing?
I'm not expecting. It's stars and then there's role players. I feel like Tobias isn't capable of being either one of those. So where are you going to come and fit in this organization and build this team back to what it once was? Let's not forget the Pistons were the team to beat. This was the organization that was no joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like year after year, we continue to get our hopes up and we get the wrong people in our system.
Yeah. Yeah. One more for y'all.
Nothing for Philadelphia when he was over there. He did absolutely nothing.
I know. I got one more for y'all. Tobias or Anthony Tolliver?
Man, heck yeah, I'm taking Anthony Tolliver. Even though he fell on the floor every play, I'm taking Anthony Tolliver, bro. This man cleaned our floors the entire time he was here, falling and tripping all over his damn self. But I'm taking Anthony Tolliver, knocking them shots. I will take Moose Monroe over Tobias right now.
I ain't doing that, bro.
At least look. At least he can pass and score. At least he a rebound.
He get you a bucket.
That's what we need.
You know what?
8 points in 30 again.
I might have to roll with you, bro, on that one. Yeah. And we just having fun at this point, y'all. But I mean, he had a low ceiling, but he was pretty close to that ceiling.
At least he had some post move. At least he can score a layup.
Yeah. He's playing Zach Randolph.
Missing layups tonight.
Yeah. That wasn't a good look either, man. It was one play where he was right. He was the only one under the rim. Only one under the hoop. I think Beasley missed it. He had an easy offensive rebound. And it was one of those boards where he was far enough away from it to know he should just come down with it and go back up, but possibly close enough to try to dunk it at the same time. And guess what he did? Neither. He tried to dunk it and missed it. And the rebound, and then went out of bounds. So, and I saw it happening. I'm like, he's not athletic enough to go dunk that, but he's about to try. I saw it. And that's what happened. So we're not trying to just rag Tobias. It's just frustrating because we know the glaring issue right now is a front court.
Yeah.
Like it has to be addressed immediately from a production standpoint and mindset standpoint of who we are, identity wise.
Hey, go get me Sekou Doumbouya.
Sekou.
At least he can capitalize on the fast break.
Yeah, he gonna dunk on people. That's what he like to do. Yeah, that's tough, man. But yeah, overall, this was a tough game to watch, man. Shout out to everybody who watched the whole game, because half of y'all probably dipped out after the first few minutes of the first quarter, and I understand why. I get it. I watched the whole game because I have to, because I gotta do this, right? Well, I don't have to, but I do this with y'all. We do this with y'all. So, but other than that, man, this was a very disappointing game because now it's like, where do you go from here as far as building that culture? You just gave up 50 to the Utah Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can throw it away, but nah, man, you can't throw this away. You can't just slate, whatever, wipe the slate clean and start up. No, like this is one of those games where you gotta live with this. You gotta live with this.
We gotta let this marinate.
Yes, it has to marinate, 100%.
Let this marinate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Any other thoughts, King?
Nothing, man.
Wait.
The only thing keep replaying in my mind is at the end of the game when they put the camera on Cade. He looked like he was so ready to go. He couldn't get out there fast enough.
And yeah, bro, he was doing everything he could, bro.
He did everything he could, bro.
Every time he went into the game, they were calling timeout.
Yep.
Every time he left the game, we were calling timeout. It was just tough, man. He was doing his thing, man. 33 again, right? 33 and 8, I think. Tonight,
3 points.
4 blocks.
He had 4. Let me check his stat line real quick.
More than our front court.
Wow. 33 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, 4 turnovers. That's not even bad, man. 4 blocks, like you said. 1 steal, 13 for 23 from the field. Come on, man. Like, this is all-star stuff. This is 100% all-star stuff that he's giving us. And now you're seeing every time he comes into the game now, we look like we're at least like he's helping us. Every time he comes into the game, it's like, man, we can only sit this guy for a few more minutes he's becoming one of those guys where it's like we can't keep him out too long. We need him on the court every night. He's showing that when he comes to the game, he makes us better immediately now. And I love to see that because he's starting to find his place on this team as a leader. So yeah, man, I'm really, if that's the bright spot, other than Ron Holland squaring up and being fearless, and Paul Reed, I think is that he's just continuing to show that he's the guy. You know, he's the guy. So I'm excited for him, but the Pistons need to keep winning if they don't want him to get snubbed for this All-Star game, because losing teams have All-Star snubs, right? They have All-Star talent and they have All-Star snubs. Jordan Poole will never go to an All-Star game because he's on the team that doesn't want to be that team.
Right.
Right? So that's just an example. So Cade and his team, they have to win games. They can't lose games like this game again this season. Not like this. Can't happen. That's all I got.
I agree 1,000% with everything you said.
Yep. I got nothing else left.
Yeah, I did the clip, bro. That was the last round. But Wade came through with the facts tonight, man. It's good to have you on, man.
I appreciate you guys having me. I've been watching y'all. I love the content. You know, I appreciate you. I had to come with something for my first go around. So I appreciate
the notes and everything, bro. He didn't even have it in his phone. He had the actual notepad. I love it.
Hey man, that's how I roll. I write everything in a notepad.
Yeah.
I like to be factual when I speak. So it was painful writing it though, because I couldn't believe I'm writing
carpal tunnel.
Dad, good about the city of Detroit, and I'm from Detroit, so it's just not.
Yeah, we still got the Lions. You good?
Yeah,
we to blow out the Bears.
You guys heard, but apparently David Montgomery is not out for the remainder of the season. They say that he evaluated, which is huge for.
He has David Montgomery got this. It's an old school thing that they used to have back in the day. It's called ball sack. He's not finna sit out, over a little MCL situation. Calvin Johnson played with a torn PCL. And a lot of fans didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Bro, if you can play, get your ass out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got a chance to make it to the Super Bowl this year. Man, I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? What? Make the MCL worse? It is what it is.
At that
point. Know what I'm saying? Either you're gonna get surgery or you're not.
Yep. Yeah. That's facts.
I agree.
Y'all still going crazy in the chat, man.
Man, I've been looking.
I heard somebody say I look like a young Tobias Harris.
Yeah, somebody. Hey, Devin. Yeah, Devin. That's our dog. That's our dog. But Devin calls you young Tobias. So wait, do you think? Are you saying, Devin? You saying that he looked like a young J. Cole? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we look a little J. Cole, because Tobias J. Cole is like brothers pretty much.
Wait. You talking about who? Jermaine?
Yeah.
Jermaine Cole.
Yes.
Okay, I had to make sure.
Right. Yeah, I got you. You stupid.
RC word.
Yeah. One more. Tobias, come on, man. He's better than Rodney White. Come on, Marvin. Okay, Marvin, you being silly.
Rodney White. Yeah, y'all bring
Rodney White was terrible.
Out the webs, man. Y'all.
Man, I ain't seen him since game 4 of whichever season he got drafted.
Yeah. Y'all on here talking about DeJuan Summers.
Right, DeJuan Summers stand. Oh, that's a good one. You know what? I think we already have enough Stanleys on this team.
Yeah.
For real. Like, we have a star who's not as strong as Stanley, but we have a star. And we got Ron. I think those are our Stanley Johnsons.
At least Stanley can stop somebody.
It's better than Stanley Johnson, but I think those, right, exactly. Yeah, he can stop somebody for sure. It's a good point.
I remember he used to stop LeBron.
I don't.
We're not going there.
I don't.
All right, man.
I don't.
Don't remember that.
I don't either. Yeah. No. King is the LeBron hater.
Yeah, see, I remember LeBron James in the press conference that's Stanley Johnson, the dog, man. I remember
he
that.
Definitely,
He ain't stopping, but he was getting on his nerves.
Yeah, he was right. He was getting under his skin for sure.
When we first drafted him as a rookie.
Mm-hmm. I remember that was in 2016 in the first round of the playoffs, right? Where that was a close sweep, honestly. Yeah. But every game, LeBron was giving him that side eye, and he was irritating him because Stanley at that point in time was quick enough and strong enough to make LeBron work harder for his buckets.
That football.
A lot like Lou Dort does for Luka.
Yeah.
He's still gonna score, but a few extra dribbles towards the end of the game, it's gonna affect you, you know? So to Stanley's credit, he did do that on a consistent basis. I thought that was a big reason why we had a shot to win a game or two, to be honest, because of that. But yeah, if Tobias gives us any of that, we're a much better team. We're getting out to much better starts for sure. But until that happens,
you notice we won the other night with Tobias on the bench.
I didn't want to say it, but you're right.
He
was out the last 2 games with that right sprain, finger sprain, thumb sprain. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if all these guys are really hurt, or more so, you know, if we ain't gonna have you coming off the bench, let's just sit you for a game and see what we got without you.
No. Obviously, we beat a better team with him on the bench.
What I'm saying? Right. So I wonder if that's the thing. You never know, because you know how the optics are when a guy making that much money is going to the bench. Doesn't look good for that guy and his brand. So I don't know if it's the case, but what if we just say you sprained your esophagus and we got to sit you down? That way you can't play. And now we can see what we have with this guy. I'm just saying.
I need him to move so we can get some of that Bobby Clinton, man. I need him to get out of here. Move.
Yes. We're going to end it with that. Bobby Clinton, I can't wait, bro, because I see him as a starting forward, bro.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. He in his first game back, he made somebody touch earth. First game, bro. He ain't played in a minute because that contusion was contusing, right? That calf contusion. So first game back, you know, you look at the star. First, he had to get his legs under him. This dude, I know it's a G League, but he comes, walks on the court, makes somebody touch earth, goes and throws it down. Like, he's just got it, bro. He's just got it. Maybe y'all don't see it yet, but y'all will eventually. Bobby Clinton is coming, man. He's coming. He's going to be a perfect fit for this team at the 4. Nice. I'm calling it now. Him and Ron is going to do this, and I think at first Bobby's going to kind of because of how much more polished she is right now. Just saying. That's just me. But my starting 5 going forward is Cade, Jaden, Asar, Bobby Clinton, and for now, I want to say Stu, but JD's probably going to start for now. But Stu would probably be the best fit with those guys. That would be that's a defensive, versatile basketball team. That's what I want to see. Me personally.
Yep.
We'll end it there, y'all. Marvin, Christian Wood, for sure. We'll end it there. Hey, Marvin, how many of these you got? Jerebko.
He literally scrolling his phone right now. Just
looking at everybody.
Just man.
Corliss for sure. That's a tough one. I'll probably say Tobias. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all get out of hand now. We gonna end it there. Appreciate y'all showing up and showing out, man. This was fun. And y'all made it fun with y'all jokes and everything, because when this first started, it was not fun at all.
It wasn't.
King, any last words from you, bro?
Bye, Tobias.
I co-sign. Bye, Tobias.
You co-sign? Okay. I'm trying to be nice, man. Like, well, you know.
I'm done being nice.
You done being nice. Because I like him. I like Tobias.
As a person, cool dude.
Yeah.
Right now,
but I mean, for our team, I'm with y'all.
Just like I'm holding to that onside kick with 12 minutes left on the clock and 3 timeouts, I am holding to the same way. I'm sorry.
I got to differentiate with that one, but it is.
Oh, yeah. King, you got a different whole mindset with that.
Yeah.
We'll say that for another.
Yeah, I mean, your defense is, bro. I mean, obviously you didn't have a defense, so you got to try something.
I mean, first of all, at that point, nobody's stopping Josh Allen in the league anyway.
If you didn't if you didn't get the freak play where he actually caught the onside and ran it back, nobody would be saying nothing right now.
And that's what Dan Cable said.
Just down.
That's 2020.
Yeah. I can think he was down, but 10 points with 12.
The only way you're gonna flip that score is if you find some type of way to get the ball back and score. We weren't stopping them at all. Every single drive they were scoring, we were not stopping them. So you got to try something, because you have 0 pass rush. You couldn't contain them. And then the players you lost at that point of the game,
Right. We're down 10 points. We're down 10 players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you gotta make a move because we were just trading touchdowns at that point. We were scoring, but we couldn't stop them. Nobody in the league can stop Josh Allen. First of all, nobody. That offense is
If
just
we
too
don't
good.
come out and have those slow starts to the series that we've been having for previous games that I've been mentioning, it's different. It's different conversation because you
That's
not
true.
only did it once this game, you did it twice. In the
Right.
second half, it took you a while to get going too. But once
Yeah.
we got going, we got going. You
Yep.
can't have slow starts against MVP talent caliber guys. You got to come out swinging.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talk about, regardless of the sport, we talk about slow starts and the importance of getting off to good starts. Right.
48 points worth of them.
Right. 100%. So we gonna end it there, y'all. Give y'all a little taste of that Lions, a little bit, but King got a whole channel dedicated to that. So or a whole section for that. So I'll let him handle that. That's his thing. But Wade, appreciate your insights, cuz always good to talk to you and have you on. We're gonna have to have you on again soon because you might have to be our Sham Sharani over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Be our Shams.
Yeah. Plus, he look better than you, Deuce.
Well, yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he does. Yeah. Like when it comes to family, I have no problem like admitting that. But you, on the other hand, we ain't blood, so I'm gonna just stick to calling you T Grizzly and leaving it at that.
All right.
No, I definitely appreciate you guys, and I look forward to if this somehow works out, hey, I definitely love to join the team. So definitely let me know.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it for sure. It was good having you on here, man. All right, y'all. King, my dog. We gonna end it there, man.
Yeah.
And try to make sure y'all get some rest tonight. Don't let this one get to you too much. Let it go. Yep. We all know it needs to be changed.
We got some content coming. There's a lot of people about to be off, out of work and everything else. Your kids at home. Make sure you go grocery shopping because they finna eat you out of house and home.
Yes, they are.
Make sure you guys are ready. Right. Make sure you guys take this time over these next couple of weeks and enjoy it with your family. Enjoy it with your family. That's very important, man. 100%. And also make sure you guys look forward to seeing our faces because we will be back with another great episode, man, to talk Pistons basketball. So with that said, we're going to leave it there. You guys have a great and blessed night. Detroit versus everybody.
Detroit versus everybody. Be safe. Peace.